There is a story here today that involves an island, a wedding anniversary, and a trainer who many thought was on the verge of retirement. Now, Las Barrera is the trainer's name, a great trainer, a fine person, twice a Kentucky Derby winner. But last year, his spirit was broken by an accusation without foundation and later withdrawn that he had drugged a horse. He was a sad and sick and disillusioned man. However, this horse, the horse you'll see, has changed all that. He goes by the catchy name of Mr. Frisky, and there he is today, ready for the Kentucky Derby, carrying the pride of Puerto Rico with him. Thousands of fans have come out here from the island today, and they'll follow their hero to the Triple Crown, they hope. But back home, we're going to have a look at the scene right now, I believe, at the El Comandante racetrack, where Mr. Frisky, there they are, started his career. They know the story, but I'll tell you now. Puerto Rico, an island in the sun, takes great pride in sons of the island. Sons like the baseball great Roberto Clemente, whose namesake, the horse Roberto, won the Epsom Derby. And now comes another. His name is Mr. Frisky. This house is already a landmark of the island, the house of Jose Fernandez. Fernandez, the engineer, who now leads a big construction firm, whose wife Marta asked him for an anniversary present. He said, "Let me select a horse." So they flew to the mainland with their daughters to a horse sale in Florida. They own other horses, but this would be Marta's anniversary present, a special horse. She chose a 2-year-old by a little-known sire, born and raised at a little-known farm in Ocala, but Marta told her husband that this was the one she liked.
I tell him, look, he looks like one of those paintings that we have seen in Kentucky. And he told me, don't worry, we'll get him. And we bought him.
So for $15,000, they bought the son of Marseilles, to whom you could breed last year for $2,000 and get a free van ride for your mare in the bargain. In fact, if your mare was a good one, the whole meeting might be free. But then Mr. Frisky began to run in Puerto Rico. He won, and won again and again. Mr. Frisky was a winner. Puerto Rico had a hero. Take him to the mainland, people said. Take him to the great trainer, Las Barrera. They asked Las Barrera if he wasn't sure. But then he saw Mr. Frisky run. And it took Las back to that day 14 years ago when he trained another horse from Puerto Rico, Bold Forbes, to victory in the Kentucky Derby, a victory that caused celebrations on the island.
The only word I can say, I'm very happy. I hope all my family see this. And God bless America, and Cuba and Puerto Rico and every country in the world.
His last day of glory in Kentucky was in 1978, when his colt Affirmed won the Derby and went on to take the Triple Crown. No one has achieved that since. Las, born in Cuba in another time, has long had a dream of laying a blanket of roses on his mother's grave there. Mr. Frisky reawakened that dream, so he prepared him for the road to Churchill Downs.
But any horse with 13 race straight, doesn't matter if you win in Cacamonga. He's a runner.
Mr. Frisky fooled those who scoffed at the island horse. He won the San Vicente and then the San Rafael. And when he won the Santa Anita Derby, Puerto Ricans nodded and said, "We told you so." For Puerto Rico and the USA, Mr. Frisky was on his way, seeking the dream that often turns to heartbreak, but sometimes can come true. No horse ever came to the Derby with so many wins, 16 in all, and still undefeated.
Everybody in Puerto Rico know Mr. Frisky in this moment. Everybody talk about Mr. Frisky. When I went to Puerto Rico to pick it up, Mr. Frisky, I went to a play in a hotel and asked him for a Diet Coke. And the guy said to me, "I know who you are. I know where you come from. You come to pick Mr. Frisky and take him away from us."
The first time in years, everybody is all together trying to push Mr. Frisky and talking about Mr. Frisky, and people who never have seen a horse race now are looking for Mr. Frisky and talking about Mr. Frisky as an expert, you see.
He's the horse of the people.
Yes.
He's the horse of the people now. It's no longer ours. He belongs to Puerto Rico.
And now, the dream comes to Kentucky. Tonight, again, all Puerto Rico may sing and dance as they did for Bold Forbes. And one day yet, perhaps, Las Barrera may place those roses on his mother's grave. And now these Puerto Rican fans must wonder, could it be an omen? At this moment, as that piece was on the air, the sun under which they live on their island has come out